Spread Halloween, my minions.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Man, finish this intro. Somebody shut the music off. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday evening as we come to you with our very last live stream, our absolute last live stream in the studio here in the garage. We're closing the chapter. We're closing it pretty strong with the worst thing Horror Nights could do, and that is just give us everything all at once. Especially of all days, today. Now, let's go ahead and crank the music up. Let's get the live stream background going. The Beetle, I hear the Beetle flying. The Beetle is here.
Of course.
We're all here today, folks. By the way.
Oh, sorry.
Steph's ready to rage. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally got the house signed, all that. But the house ain't finished yet. We still got a lot to go. We're moving stuff over. We got parents coming in. Both parents all here helping us out. So big shout out to you guys. I know you guys are watching at the house right now as we sweat in the garage here.
If they got the TV set up.
If you get the TV set up, right? Also, can we get a real quick shout out and start off to our friend over in Southridge, Janae. Happy birthday to you, Janae. Ryan made sure that I couldn't do anything embarrassing for you. So I didn't. You're lucky we didn't have time to do something embarrassing. But ladies and gentlemen, holy smokes.
I think I have that video of her ripping open that book.
Yeah, we do. Well, nobody knows about that yet, but we'll put that somewhere. But hey, guess what? Horror Nights announced something for us this Friday evening. Now, we didn't get to do a video, but we managed to squeeze in a live stream for you guys. And oh boys, tonight going to be one of those live streams. Unfortunately, we don't have anything crazy for y'all. We're just going to talk it out. We got a lot to talk about. So tonight is the night, July 28th of 2023. Horror Nights. Yeah, sing it. I don't know that song.
You know that song.
You got to sing it again.
No.
So tonight's the night that we got everything from Hornites, all things. I think Hornites woke up today and they went, oh my God, we forgot we have an event. We have to announce things.
It's literally like they were just like, hey, did you do that? I didn't do that. Did you do that?
Was that your job?
I didn't do that.
Let's call Hondo. And Hondo's like,
maybe we should just
release them all.
Post it all.
Yeah. And they were just like, there you go. So we got everything. 10 houses, 5 scare zones, 1 show. So we already lost something this year. We're going to get to that. 1 show. We also got this weird food preview media thing, like
Interesting.
cost a lot of money to taste something, smell this, look here, go there, grab this, go home, kind of thing. We'll talk about that. We got a lot. We got a lot to discuss in tonight's live stream, but let's go ahead and start off by saying, how are you guys? Thanks for joining us in this Friday night live stream and stuff. This was a very last minute thing for us to get together and put out, and I'm glad we're able to do it. And to go ahead and get going with the $9.99, our man, Jonathan Avila, starting off this live, making a cordyceps cooler. If you guys don't know Jonathan Avila, guys, he's putting together basically like the HHN drink and food menu and stuff. And hopefully we can present some of his stuff down the road and show you guys stuff because he's got some really cool stuff. So, man, Jonathan, welcome aboard the live stream and thanks again for the $9.99. Good to have you, and hopefully you're enjoying that cordyceps cooler. Send me a photo of it. It's really good looking. So we do need to try it. Well, did the music stop, by the way? Stopped on my end.
It's just
maybe.
low.
Or we might have some technical issues. Tonight's live stream, we're shooting for records, baby. We're going for records on all fronts. The record live stream is 2 hours and 36 minutes. Now, there's no promise to that. We are moving into a house, okay? We have people over at the house. We don't want to stay too long. So I don't want to give any promises to that. But we know I can talk a lot. So we'll see how Steph does. And if Steph's willing to go the way, we can go the way. If not, we can save that for another day. But right now, we already have 170 people in the live stream right now watching us. I think that's a record for us at the moment already. So shout out, pat the back, everybody. Shout out to you guys. Get it up to some likes, whatever you got to do. Call grandma, tell grandma to come inside and watch the video. Call the dogs, get them to watch it on their videos. And let's get this started. Halloween Horror Nights announced the rest of the houses, basically, right? Since or before leading up to this day, we had Chucky last year in Halloween, right? And we did get word from John Murdy that they're going to have another Chucky type of announcement, whatever, kind of give them a formal one. So we had Chucky, right? Then we got The Last of Us, which was last month in June. So, look at that gap. Then we got Stranger Things, which was a surprise, not surprise, but glad to see and stuff. And so that means we have 3 pretty strong IPs there. Last of Us and Stranger Things being really strong IPs, and then Chucky having a good old fan base coming back. So there's 3 good strong IPs announced. And now the question is, okay, what's going to be the next one? Well, it's all the rest of them. I would say that the focus with this live or this announcement we got today was really primarily on The Exorcist Believer. We did get a new trailer for that movie, which will be coming out later this year, pretty soon, actually. And we got new merchandise featured at Universal and online and all that stuff, if the online store is working. I don't know if it is. But they actually released an announcement video for The Exorcist to go with today's announcement. And then we just got little photos and things popping in. So what I'm going to do before we get into that, we got some super chats to get to real quick. Valoria Nichols with the $1.99 saying, let's go Dark Zodiac. Pin that for the Scarezones section of tonight's live stream because I'm really excited for that. And we'll get into that. Stay tuned. It's going to be a long live stream. Get ready, guys. So, Valoria, welcome. Thanks for being here. And then Artemis, by the way, the official Dolphin of Horror Nights from our claims. With the $9.99 saying congratulations. Great to have you, Artemis. Artemis has been with us for, I think, since the beginning of time, to be honest. The beginning of time, which was 2 years for us. So, Artemis, great having you on board. Thanks for the $9.99. So, and the Horror Nights gods are here. On that cue, actually, Steph, if you want, what are you, like, what are your thoughts about this? I don't think Steph and I even had the time to really discuss this announcement. So, give them your thoughts.
You're gonna put me on the spot like this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to. I haven't even had time to think about it, honestly. I listened to the Oddfellow podcast episode, and I'm really excited for that.
What do you think of the list overall?
You guys, we have been stressed. I have not had time to look at
Steph hasn't
this
slept.
list.
Steph, yeah.
We haven't slept.
We haven't really read the details. We haven't read anything.
My brain is not working. So I'm excited for it.
Are you, at a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling?
Like
Of the lineup.
Like a 9.
That's good.
I actually like there's nothing on it that I'm like, no, I don't think that sounds good. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, a 9 is a big number.
I think it all looks awesome. And I was like meh about most of it until I listened to that podcast episode. And then that got me like really hyped.
Yeah,
So,
which we'll get into the podcast episode later. That's actually, there's a big conversation we're going to have with that. But let's, Steph gives it a 9 out of 10. With the lineup, I'm actually right there with you. I'm like a 9 out of 10. There's some things where I'm like, obviously the originals we don't really know much about. There are some originals on there that I'm like, oh, I'm excited just because of the title. You know what it's going to be about. Hint, Dueling Dragons, by the way. But right now, I just realized we had 199 people watching us right now. We're 1 away from 200. Anyways,
Also,
that's kind of exciting. Go ahead, yeah, if you want to say something.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, say something.
Breland Imagery said it was said, oh my god.
Hey, take a second, it's okay. Take a second.
Can you read it, please?
Yeah, I got you. Are you talking about this one right here? It was also seeing you guys a few days ago at the park. It was also seeing you guys a few days ago at the park. Are we reading this right? I may be reading
yeah. I think I don't know.
You're good. Hey, take a second. You're good. Hold up, 1 second, guys. 1 second. Hold on a second. All right, we're back. Everybody, can we get a hashtag Team Steph in the chat, by the way?
Please don't.
Can we get some support for Steph? No, for real, like real quick. Steph has been through hell right now. Like I said, she's full-time work. She's been through, and I'm going to explain something. I know this is off topic with HHN, but we gotta praise this woman here, right? This is a warrior. This house has been a bad potty word, right? I won't say because I know Chris Dusting is going to get on top of me. This house has been a pain in the ass. It's gotten delayed how many times? Since last year, November, we were supposed to be in this house. They pushed it to March. The month before, we were already closing out and getting it. They pushed it back. Then they pushed it to June. So we're like, okay, fine. June 28th was going to be the date. They pushed that back. And then it's June, and they're like, it's going to be, we're 2 weeks out. And they said, no, July 18th is going to be the date. All right, fine. We'll have to extend this. We'll have to call this, readjust this, calculate this, right? And then they delayed it this past week for 4 or 5 times, I think, and the house is still not done. But we got it signed. We got the house. So everybody, hashtag Team Steph. Love and hugs in the chat. Can't do it without you. We love you. You want to take a second? All right, she's going to take a second. Hold up, guys. Hold up. I'll be back. I'm going to go back to the countdown real quick. think we're back. We're back. What's up? All right, sorry about that, guys. It's been a tough week. It's been a heck of a week. But hey, Horror Nights, they decided to drop the whole announcement today and stuff. And we just haven't had the time to really dive into it. We're going to dive into it with you guys now. So I would say my excitement's about a 9 to 10 as well with yours. And before we get into really what was announced, like the actual like properties and stuff like that, let's talk about them announcing everything at once, right? So everything being announced at one time, we're not a fan of it. But we knew with how this year's been going, we knew that's how it was going to be.
It had to be. Yeah,
because they're just that delayed and that behind with announcements and stuff. So yeah. All right, hold up. I got some. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Hold up. I got it. Give me a second. Just give us a second, guys. Hold up. Hang tight. Go walk the dog. Do some dishes. All right, we're back. We're good. Sorry about that. I think we lost some people, but so what? Shame on them. They're going to miss out on some fun stuff. But I think we missed I know we're kind of all over the place, guys. I'm sorry about this. Just had a whole... Yeah, we'll start all over, right? But we got our friend Two-Face here with the 10 saying, did you know that The Last of Us and now The Phantom of the Opera are going to be at HHN 32? This is my year, guys. And I know our friend Two-Face here, by the way, he helps run our Discord. If you guys don't know that, I'm going to go ahead and drop the Discord link. If you guys haven't joined our Discord, you should, because we talk about random stuff, named Horror Nights in particular. But after our live stream, what we usually go ahead and do is we have an after party that we have Two-Face go ahead and help host it with us. And we go ahead and talk more into detail about everything that we do with the live streams, the channel, some insider stuff. So I'm going to go to drop that in real quick. Hold on, let me go to do the bada bing, bada boom. So if you guys are in there, there's a link for you guys. Go ahead and join the Discord because we will be having our live stream after party coming up after tonight's live stream. So Two-Face, shout out. Thanks for the $10. Appreciate it, man. And then we're getting so behind. Our man Richie Rich with the 2 saying, congrats on the house. Good things for good people. We appreciate you. I wouldn't say I'm a good person. I'd say stuff. But we appreciate it, my man. Thanks. Hondo is really excited for the house. He loved the house.
Yeah. He was doing like laps around the house.
Yeah, he's having zoomies. We got this big hallway upstairs and stuff, and he's just like, if you're downstairs, you can hear him. It's sometimes when he does his little breaks.
Yeah.
So, Rich, thanks again for the $2. We appreciate it, my man. I'm gonna get down with these super chats real quick, and then we'll move on. Halloween Junkie with the 20. Is there anything attached?
I think they also did a separate one. So you can read that one off.
Oh wow. Okay, so how just 20. Does it show on your side?
No.
No, not even a little picture. Nothing. Just hey, here, take it for Hondo. Oh, hey, we appreciate the 20, my man. We appreciate it. And Vanessa Ann with the 9.99. Don't be stressed with the heart. Yeah, don't be
Thank
stressed, baby. We got you. We're here with you. With you. We're with you. Thank you though for the 9.99. You guys are being generous today. Stop. Stop being generous.
Yeah, this wasn't like planned. I promise.
So, I'll be honest. Steph does not cry. So when Steph cries, it's like, all right, pause, hold up, let's figure out what's going
I
on.
only cry when I'm stressed and frustrated.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
And the combination is just like
Yeah.
it leads to anger. And like, what did Yoda say? Leads to hate. Hate
It leads
to suffering. You must let go what you're afraid to lose.
Okay.
Don't let me go, baby.
Okay.
Hold on to me. Halloween Junkie, though, back with the 10, saying, you guys have been through a lot. No pressure in this live. # Team Steph. Take your guys' time. We all support you guys. Keep your heads up. Appreciate you. Thank you. Hope you guys have a drink ready to go because we're going to get into juicy stuff here in a minute. We're going to get rocking and rolling, so get prepared, guys. HK Grim Sniper, which, hey, my man, guess what? The connection, I hope, is better for you. I know you finally caught the last one, like, right at the beginning, and then we had terrible connection, and it was just all crazy. But our man, HK Grim Sniper, here with the 10. Steph, me and my girlfriend just bought a house and went through something similar. It's very stressful, but trust me, when you get in there, it'll be worth it. Feel better. # Team Steph. And that's what we've been getting. A lot of you guys have been very supportive to us in saying that, you know, it's stressful now, but it gets better, you know, in the future. And it's something Steph and I were talking about where it's like, whew,
Yeah.
was this worth it? You know, is this it?
I'm sure.
But we're really excited. I think I'm more excited to come home from work and to see maybe like the windows open and there's Hondo and stuff playing one day, maybe, you know, or Hondo's chewing up the couch and I'm going to come home being pissed off, you know, that would be great.
I hope not.
And he's looking at me through the
probably
window
over that.
and he's like, take this, daddy. Right? He's got a vendetta against me sometimes, I think. But HK Grimstopper, great having you in again with the $10. We appreciate it, my man. Thanks for being here. Nicholas Diaz with the 1999, a bottle of wine to celebrate on the house. Huge step. Congrats, you guys. Have a glass on me. We can't have a glass on you. You're not here. I don't know if we can even do that. Like put the glass on them. Right? No, I'm kidding. We'll definitely. We haven't really been drinking much lately. We've been trying to stop that, but HHN's coming up.
I mean,
we might. You know,
it's
we're getting in there.
A thing to celebrate.
Yeah.
Which is an occasion.
Yeah, we'll celebrate. Hondo treats all day. Actually, Hondo's been getting a lot of treats today, so
he has.
I'm sure he's gonna start getting a little chunky doggy. So Nicholas Diaz of 1999. Thanks again, my man. And then last one before we really dive back into it. Sorry for the way, guys. You guys are just too generous. Mia Stonewolf with the 20 saying no apologies needed at all. You guys are awesome. As far as HHN, I really don't see a house that I'm not interested in. They all sound awesome, and the way the scare zones are all related to Oddfellow is cool. Yes, 100% agree.
And we'll get to that.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna dive
more
into
about the specifics, but I do like the overall kind of theme. I like that they
like
have
that route.
an overall theme.
Yeah, like the route that they're going with that. Yeah. So, but Mia Stonewolf with 20. Hey, thank you. You guys are too generous, so I'm gonna tell all of you guys to stop. So, 196 right now watching us. Welcome to the Friday night live stream. We're gonna start all over, like fresh and all. So, we got the whole announcement from Horror Nights, which was 7 houses, 5 Scarezones, a show, that weird food thing and stuff. My thoughts, you know, let's get into the announcement itself, right? They obviously were going to do something like this, where there's going to have to be some kind of announcement done. This is the 3rd year in a row, you know, HHN 30, 31, 32. We got an announcement done for the speculation season. Now, I've noticed some people said this, and I didn't even really think about this, but with the whole announcement happening today, speculation season's over. It's done. It came to an abrupt halt today, right? And it's always great being able to get everything announced at the event. We want to know what's going on and stuff. But for something like this whole announcement season just kind of, I'm ready for it to be over with. I'm ready to get to the event and get it started. I don't want to be too negative today with Horror Nights and stuff because it is a big day to celebrate. We finally got a lot of things to talk about and discuss. And guys, we're literally about a month away. 35 days to the event? I think we're about 35 nights coming out.
That's crazy.
that it's around the corner. It is really
I
coming
remember
along.
posting for 100 days.
Yeah,
That feels like it was like 2 weeks
like 2 weeks ago, right? I mean, it is on its way, folks. So let's talk about what is coming to the event, right? I'm actually going to go and pull up the website for you guys. We're going to pull it up on the screen for all of you guys to check out. Can we also spam in the chat HHN? Why? Why did we get this
I
announcement?
also see Legion of Doom said we still need the Megan Horde to be announced, but sometimes, I mean, I guess with it being an IP, you think that they would announce it, but typically with the Chainsaw Hordes, they don't include it as like an announcement, right? It's just kind of there.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they do announce the hordes, though. It usually is in the scare zone section, and
Yeah.
it's like
Chainsaw Horde.
you know, something like that.
Yeah.
And we'll get into it right now. We'll see if
Oh
it's
yeah,
there.
and Death Eaters.
Yeah, we'll see. No, they will never announce
They
the
won't
Death Eaters. That's not a
lump
part of
it
Horror
together,
Nights. You know,
yeah.
that's just a Halloween offering
Yeah.
for the Wizarding World. That is not. They're not holding hands. They're just waving at each other. Think of it like that.
Yeah, Chris, we're kind of hoping that they still come out with a video for monsters, hopefully.
And we'll get into that too as
Yeah.
well. There's a lot to get into. We're really going to dive into it for you guys. So, as you guys can see, we have the Halloween Horror Nights website up on the screen. And I say website because this is it. This is all you get in the website. But if we click on Orlando, Florida, and go to our little hometown here for Horror Nights, it's going to take us to this. Obviously, the Exodus Believer was one of the houses that was announced. But let's go down to the actual houses. Let's click all haunted houses here on the website, and it's going to show us all of them. Oh, where are you looking? Where's he looking? She's scared of this lady, but this guy's like, whoa, like look at all of this. This is Stephanie in the house, and this is me. Stephanie, me, Stephanie.
Okay.
Actually, this is Stephanie. So let's go to talk about the houses that we have announced. Obviously, Stranger Things we got just recently, season 4. Super excited for that one. We actually have our watch parties going on in our Discord. So if you guys haven't joined our Discord, never heard about it, get Discord, join us. It's actually a lot of fun. Steph's idea and stuff. And we have Brad, our friend Two-Face, takes care of it. So we even do deep dives, our after parties, and then we also will be doing a watch party to continue our Stranger Things 4 little thing. Then we got the Exorcist Believer. This is one of those houses where it's been on the spec map for a while. And it's one of those where everybody's just like, it's not, I don't think anybody thought it wasn't coming to the event. It was more of the sense that they were saying it wasn't because they don't want it at the event. I think that's what it was like. Oh, it's for something else. It's for something else because they were hoping for something more. I'm looking forward to this. I saw a lot of negative things about the trailer. I thought the trailer was kind of creepy. I think it's interesting in the route because if we really look at the original one with it just being in that one room, it's hard to really replicate as a house. This trailer looked like they're trying to change some sceneries and stuff. So we could see some different evolving things for the Exorcist franchise in a sense for a haunted house. So it's low on my list and stuff, but I'm intrigued to see what it is. So Evil Dead. I saw Evil here.
I
And I'm
wish
like,
it was
Evil
Evil
Dead.
Dead.
Evil Dead Rise would be great. But Exorcist Believer coming to Horror Nights this year. Then we hop over here. You got Last of Us already announced. Chucky technically already announced back last year, but it was just knowing that Chucky was going to be a house. This is the actual official one. The ultimate kill count.
I've seen people say that the podcast episode has made them way more excited for this house. I haven't listened to that episode,
That specific one, yeah.
That's on my to-do list for tomorrow because I'm not excited for this house. But if the podcast makes me more excited for it, then that's great.
Yeah, and that is something like we really haven't been listening to the Discover Universal podcast for like the regular part, but when it's about Horror Nights, we're like,
yeah,
yes, I would take that, please. So Chucky kill count. Chucky, the serial killer doll, is back for a new gore fest. He's hijacked his own haunted house with all kinds of bloody hijinks. You and your friends must try to survive his ultimate kill count. So it seems like this is technically supposed to be based off the seasons. The show, right? The Chucky show that they have on USA Sci-Fi, right? Like, that's what they said. But when I read this, it seems like he's like, oh, like he made his own haunted. It seems like the games of Jigsaw, right? Does that make sense? Like this.
Is that what it is?
Well, I'm saying this description. It seems like he's hijacked his own haunted house and set up these rooms to try to get the most kills possible. I mean, the ultimate kill count, you know. So seems like a game in my opinion. So I don't know how this relates to the show. We have never seen the show. Maybe you guys seen the show and you're like, oh yeah, this is what the show is like. I'm not too sure exactly, but yeah, I don't know. But hey, cool.
We need to listen to the podcast episode.
Yeah, and we will eventually. We say that, and it'll be like the night before. We're like, oh my god, we still haven't listened to the Chucky podcast.
No, I like binge podcasts, so I'll listen to it.
Without me,
I
know you do. You do.
I listened to the Oddfellow podcast before Brian did. So
well, I told you to listen to it while we were
and
moving.
I listened to it immediately. Also,
I'm trying to one-up anybody.
Frank Milk. I'm gonna butcher that last name.
Frank. No, not you, Dad. Frank. Frank Melkor, by the way. I think that's how you say last name. If not, Frank M. Welcome to the Fright Club.
Is a veteran.
Fright Club veteran. Look at you, my man. Glad to have you on board. Thanks
Yeah.
for joining the Fright Club again, by the way. Everybody, hey, all our Fright Club members, let's give a shout out to our man Frank here, by the way. And then let me also go ahead and I'm going to put the Discord link back in the description for you guys. So if you guys haven't joined the Discord, be sure to check it out. Join us over there on Discord because we will have a after party coming up after tonight's live stream.
Okay, this actually does sound kind of cool. Tom and Nikki said they invited him to look at the house they made for him and he wasn't impressed. So he made improvements.
Oh.
And then Elizabeth said he technically killed the creators of the house and took over. I like that.
So
that's kind of cool.
So it doesn't relate to the Chucky TV series besides just that Chucky
it's
doll.
Chucky, yeah.
Yeah, just him then. So this has nothing to do with the characters in the storyline. This is an original Chucky house.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Just off that description alone. Yeah. Okay, all right.
I like it.
That's a step in the right direction. What a rare W for this past, Horror Nights announcement season. But moving forward, these two right here that we have on the screen, Universal Monsters Unmasked and Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins. I am really excited for you guys.
Wait, I just got it. I just got that
the unmasked thing?
Unmasked because
They're
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde are like two faces, and then Phantom is like two faces,
Invisible
and then
Man.
yeah.
And
oh my god.
Hunchback being hidden to his face.
Oh, I forgot about Hunchback, but that's so cool.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. And I'm really excited for these houses. And we'll actually do, I know we had some people asking too, do you have this like in large? Is that why?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We have some people asking me like, what's your all's hype list and stuff. And we will be doing a video in August, come pretty soon. August is what, 2-3 days away.
Right.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. Next week is August already. But we will be having a video in August, going over our hype list, discussing things like that and stuff and excitement and all. But these two, they're up there. They're really up there. When it comes to the lore of Horror Nights, Dr. Oddfellow obviously being a big one. And when it comes to not only just Horror Nights being awesome, but also the lore of Horror Nights. And I got a video coming up for you guys later. It's going to explain all that. Universal Monsters is also just as great and exciting.
Yes.
I mean, first of all, here's the thing. Phantom of the Opera. I know my man's watching this. Shout out to you. But Phantom of the Opera, like, I'm excited to see that in the house. I'm excited to see the Invisible Man. They've talked about the Invisible Man being in the house and jokingly said, he's always there because he's invisible. But now we actually physically get to see the character. And I want to know why and how. What's his play going to be in this house? In Paris, what is he going to do? Because I think, let me read it real quick. Descend into the Paris catacombs, which I do want to say, these monsters you see here may not be the only ones, but where you and your squad will face a new horde of monsters, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, the Phantom of the Opera, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and the Invisible Man. This is a unique set of characters. Like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, we've never had them in a Universal Classic Monsters pair house since the 2019.
And we don't
this
see
is a separate
them
thing.
in like merchandise or anything like that
Yeah.
either.
And I mean, look at this picture too. Like,
Yeah, looks creepy.
that's crazy. That does look scary. The Phantom one looks creepy as well. I'm excited for that. Hunchback looks a little intimidating. He honestly looks like a lineman getting down
Yeah.
playing football, or whatever. And then Invisible Man looks a little dorky. I'm not gonna lie, not really crazy for Invisible Man, but I want to see his little suit up. Looks pretty cool. But this is a cool collection of characters we get to see for the Universal monsters, and it's in the catacombs.
And it's so
Which-
different. Like
Yeah.
the last few years, we've just been getting like Frankenstein, Dracula,
And
which
your
we
top-
love Dracula,
your top
but like
liners.
Frankenstein, Dracula, Mummy.
Yeah.
Like
Wolfman.
it's cool to see like some different ones that we don't really ever get to
Yeah.
see.
And this is a good mix, and I am excited to see this house. This is at the top, and I just think scenery. We're thinking like we're going to Paris, we're going to see something beautiful, but with them saying Paris catacombs, like this may not be that beautiful scenery house as we think it's going to
That's
be.
true.
This might be a very dark and scary like house down below. Now we might have something where you kind of enter, into one of the buildings, cathedrals or something beautiful, go down below and it's darker, and then you come back out into something like that, possibly. But I'm really excited for this. What about you? Is there anything else you want to say about the monsters?
No, Monsters House, like all of the Monsters houses have been amazing, so I have high expectations.
Yeah, and they've been great, and I'm hoping
Yeah.
we keep that track going with them.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, Universal Classic Monsters Unmasked. I think that's a good one too. Unmasked. I like to play in the words.
Yeah.
But a Doctor, I kind of want to save this one for last. What do you think? Because then this leads into our scare zones, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll
I guess
talk about Doc.
I guess we can save it.
Yeah, we'll talk about Doc.
I want to talk about it, but I guess we can save it.
Let's move into these next two here. Dueling Dragons, Choose Thy Fate. I can't tell you
Do we think that?
the child in me, how excited I am to see this. Like, I don't even believe that this is a house. I don't think this is a house. Like, I really don't. I see this and I'm like, the ride. Like, do you remember the ride?
So it says you must choose a path and a victor. So do you think it's going to be like a kind of like choose your own adventure house?
So that's what everybody's kind of like been talking about and stuff. Like, this might be a choose your path type of house. Now, it may not be where it's like as you walk into the house, it's two separate houses in a sense, which that would be so cool.
That would be cool.
Because
like
technically,
a blue house and a red house.
That would be
like,
11 houses at the event.
Kind of, yeah.
Technically, right?
Unless they're both like
And that-
short.
And that
mini
also gives it,
houses.
yeah, but I mean, that also gives it that rerun ability. Like, you do that part, like, cool, I got to go back and see the blue one now and stuff. I can see that being a long wait for such a thing. But I think, like, at some point in the house, they may have a section where it splits and you can choose. And it's still a good, like, oh, we have to rerun that house again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, okay, go ahead.
Crystalline, if that's how you say your name, said in the podcast there's 4 alternate endings.
Oh, see, we haven't gotten to that podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've only gotten to the Dr. Oddfellow one.
Excited
So,
for that.
Yeah, we'll get into the podcast and it'll obviously explain more and stuff. But Dueling Dragons, I'm really excited to see that. And 4 alternate endings. Like, is it the alternating endings where it's like a different ending, but it's the same walkthrough part? Or are we
Yeah.
talking like you get to a door and it's like you choose which way you end yourself?
Or maybe like
Switch yourself.
sometimes when you go in, like one
One route is
pathway is
closed.
closed off, so you go.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Maybe that'd be cool. I like that. I mean, first of all, Dueling Dragons, like, I think that's really cool that they're making a ride into a haunted house, especially
Yeah.
a roller coaster ride. Like that, I like that. I like that.
I feel the same way that Crystal said. Like, Dueling Dragons is a very bizarre idea for a house, but I'm open to it.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think it'll
open
be
to
a good house, but I could also seeing it be a big flop.
Yeah.
I think people will have very high expectations for it because.
You think it'll be a big flop?
No, I'm just saying I think people will have high expectations for it
Mm-hmm.
because it's, it has such like nostalgia
So,
for a lot of people. And
here's-
then,
Here's what I believe with that is because it does have high expectations, but nobody knows about it besides it being a roller coaster.
yeah,
So whatever they can put, they're like, this is what the coaster is about, or this, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like they could still put anything as long as the quality is there, which, usually Horror Nights always has the quality. Also, I realize I'm not playing background music.
yeah.
There we
I
go.
just- as-
Background music's back.
As long as like, yeah, I mean, as long as the house is good.
Yeah.
Like the theme is going to be cool as long as the house is good.
I'm interested in the music. what kind of music, what kind of sounds are we gonna get? You know, because I miss the lost continent area of Islands of Adventure, and it seems like they're really trying to get away from that really awesome original Islands of Adventure stuff. They want to put IPs and stuff, but I'm interested to see that. But we also got Alexa Lobbins, right? Alexis with Alexa with the $9.99 saying, "Do we think the RIP tours will take you through both paths? If there are different paths, I truly don't think they will, unless it's fully open. If it's one of those where it's choose your fate and stuff, I think they may ask everybody which one they want to go through, and then just go back in and do the other one, possibly.
I could see
That's a
them
time thing.
I could see them just putting you into like the end of the normal line, and then like it's kind of whatever.
Yeah, whatever
like
it is what
like
you get.
Normally,
the same,
it's like you do that one.
The same thing, like if you went through like Universal Classic Monsters last year, Legends Collide, whatever ending you got is what you got. They wouldn't you. Obviously, don't bring you back to the day, but for instance, Icons back in HHN 30, throughout the night they had a different victor at the end. Not really a victor, but a different icon featured at the end heavily. And they didn't like go like, oh, we'll have to bring you back at this time to see this one, or this time this, whatever you got, it's what you got. So I'm not really sure yet. That'd be a good question to ask. But if it's like two paths that are opened up for you to choose, I could see them taking you through it and then be like, all right, let's go back in and see the blue path or the red path.
Yeah.
I could see them doing something like that. If not, then it's a big miss by Universal Park.
I don't know.
So,
they
good
might
question,
say you got to do RIP another night if you want.
You got to buy it again. That'd be sad. So, Alexa, not too sure yet, but we'll, I guess, have an answer opening night.
Probably, yeah.
Right? But thanks again for the $9.99. Also, Jeremy Francis with the $1.99 saying, I got a $19.99 Dueling Dragon shirt to wear for the first night. That is awesome.
That's pretty cool.
What I'm actually excited, and because we haven't even got to the Yeti one, but the Dueling Dragons one is, who has some of the original merchandise from Dueling Dragons? Anybody got Dueling Dragons merch out there? I know our boy over here, Jeremy, does. So I'm excited to see if we can see some people that are actually repping some original Dueling Dragons merchandise. Because if I see them in the park, I'm going to stop them and be like, where and when? Where and when?
Yeah.
I want to know. Because that's history
That's cool.
of Universal itself. It's really neat. But thanks for the $1.99. Appreciate it, my man.
Audrey made a good point that people were asking if it is two separate houses, if Express would work for like each, or if you only get one Express for like you have to pick one. Which I feel like it would just be like you have to pick one because it's one house. Like even if it has two passes, it's still one house.
Unless it's from start to end kind of thing, but I don't think they're doing
It's
that.
still technically one house.
Like one Express usage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that would suck. You use your Express Pass, and then you get to that point, the anxiety you have, and then me and you right there going, which path? I don't know. And then we both just go the other way. Oh no.
I mean, we probably would just go opposite, so we can be like, well, what was yours like?
I don't like that idea. I don't know. I feel like we have to be there because I don't know.
Anyway.
What if yours is cooler than mine? I picked the wrong one. I have to go the whole night going, I'll never see it until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow. Or if we wait in line and do it again.
Nah, I don't think
We also have Southridge member for 2 months as a Fright Club veteran.
Hey, shout out.
Brian, you just set off our Alexa, which I saw a few different people saying that.
Anybody
we
has
set
Alexa?
off their Alexa. Alexa!
Enter defense mode. Okay.
Call mom.
Alexa, yes. Confirm purchase. All right. I'll stop. I'll get sued. So,
What's the one you always... there's always those TikToks where people are like... I forget what it is. It's like... Alexa ends up ordering them like wine or something like that when they're trying to like go on a run. I don't know. They're like, I don't know. Someone will know what I'm talking about.
Alexa's freaking out right now. All the Alexas in the world right now. What do you want us to do? Alexa. Never mind. All right. Let's move on. Headed back over to the announcements here. We're moving on to Yeti campground kills with a picture of a Yeti that is actually not a Yeti. This is a photo of Hondo in the morning when he gets up. This is what he looks like when he's looking over us at the bed, and he's like, "Wake up! It's time to go." But Yeti campground kills. Yeti are not, here they come. You and your friends are about to venture into a 1950s campground overrun by huge, menacing Yetis. So obviously multiple, who rip apart anyone who gets in their way. So just step aside, you'll be fine. You must flee to the Ranger Tower to escape. So it looks like we actually have a mission in this house. We have to get to the Ranger Tower, which is kind of cool. Like I think obviously, you know, this, in my opinion, could be like a campy type of house potentially, depending on how they do the setting. It's in the 1950s, you know, campground. So think of the aesthetic and the theming like that. I could really see, you know, the tents here and a little fire and stuff, and you hear the sound, and it's all woodsy. And I really hope they knock the woods feeling part like out of the park. Get it? Out of the park this year.
Like the queue line for ET.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Maybe we just go into ET and they just put Yetis over there. They got ET. Ugh. That was embarrassing. All right, so but you know, like, you maybe what I'm really hoping with this house, and I'm not sure if this is in the soundstage or not, but I hope it is, because I would love to see actual trees. Like, I want them to have like these big pine trees going up, these cedar woods, and down the distance you see the Ranger Tower that you're trying to get to. So you can see it in the opening in some shots, and you're going through and there's Yetis, and you know, you got maybe some Rangers or maybe trying to help you and stuff like that. You got obviously campground visitors and stuff that's amongst it. I'm pretty sure there's a podcast episode out for this, and you guys are like, no, that's not what it is, but that's what comes to my mind. I think that would be really cool and neat. Oh, Steph's computer just died. We didn't charge it. Like we're just unprepared.
Sorry, guys.
Steph's not going to be able to read the comments here.
No.
You can try to read them over here with me. You can.
Can I share?
You can scoot close. You can share with me here. I'll share with you. We can be friends. We do love each other, right?
I guess.
Oh, how dare you?
Anyway, how I feel about Yeti. I want them to stop making Yeti houses. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
don't like
you can
Yeti.
go back over there.
I don't like Yeti.
You're not my friend no more.
I don't know, but I did see some people saying, like, technically they're not Yetis, they are Bigfoot. So I guess I'm fine with that. I don't know.
Same thing. It's a big hairy thing.
I do like the setting of like the campground, the 1950s.
Mhm.
I love all of that. I just wish it was like werewolves or something, not Yetis.
I want werewolves. I want them.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, cool. I do think that having the Yetis is cool because of the sizing and stuff like that. I just hope it is campy. I want this house to be the campy camp house, you know?
Yeah.
Campground, campy. Let's make it like that. But if it's serious,
I think Chucky's
that's
gonna
fine.
be the campy house.
Yeah, Chucky is campy because it's Chucky. Come on, right? Also, 219 people watching us. Like, do you guys have anything better than do? You guys really are just watching us, huh? That's awesome. We appreciate you guys a lot, by the way. But let's move on. Yeti, Campground Kills, Dueling Dragons. These two, I'm really excited for. More excited for Dueling Dragons, obviously. But if Yeti has that Ranger Tower in the distance that you can see, and you're walking through, and you get those glimpses, like maybe a Ranger comes out. It's like, we're trying to, gotta get over there. You gotta get over there, ET. All right. Sorry. Moving on. Next up, these are the two that are lower on the list because I don't know anything about them, right?
Yeah, I feel like not necessarily that we aren't excited, but just like don't know what to expect.
Exactly. And usually that's how it is with originals. We just don't really know much. The Darkest Deal. Fame is fleeting. Fear is forever. Fear opens the door. So a blues musician, Pine Straw Spruce. That's his name, Pine Straw Spruce. Anyways, we'll have to face the music after meeting with the Collector and trading his soul for musical glory. You and your squad learn the terrible price of fame.
Not Scream Squad, just Squad.
Yeah, just Squad. Sorry, no Scream Squad anymore. Which, cool. Don't know how. Don't know what. Interested to see how it is. I'm pretty sure there might be a podcast episode about that. If so, we'll check it out. So. I will say though, the words or the name "The Collector" interests me because I think there might be something that's actually related to the Collector. You know, I know some people are saying it's straight from the Crossroads movie and stuff like that. But I think they're gonna try to make it like its own original thing. So
yeah,
I'm interested to see. But the Collector.
For some reason, the first thing that comes to mind with that is the museum episode of Black Mirror. There's an episode of Black Mirror where it's about like this museum that's like kind of like dark things, and then like a guy gets basically stuck in there.
I've never seen Black Mirror. So.
Yeah, but that's what comes to mind first.
I heard it's pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Some episodes are.
I've heard that. Anyways, so Darker Steel, I don't know. The Collector, there's actually part of the big August video that we're planning to do that has a big fan theory that Steph and I made up. There is something based on The Collector. It's not about this house, but it might possibly be them. I don't know.
Yeah.
You'll have to wait and see, so make sure you subscribe, YouTubers. Anyways, Frank the Tank with the 20. A lot of Franks here today.
Yeah.
For more Yeti
why do you
houses.
have so many Franks?
Where's all these Franks coming from? You know, frankly, I'm just not understanding it.
That was good. Good job.
Thanks.
For more Yeti houses and stash oil for Brian.
I do want this to get poof, but I think if I grew this to that, Steph will be like, no, cut it. So I want to just keep it the way it is. She hasn't said anything about it, even though she wants me to get rid of it.
No, I don't care.
So you don't mind if I come out here and I'm like, hey, little lady?
I mean, you don't have to do that.
I think I have to.
No.
Come on. Yeah, I get the boost too.
Anyway, thank you for the 20. We have a lot of houses and scare zones to talk about.
Thanks, Frank. We appreciate it. You know. I don't have another Frank joke.
No.
That's fine. We'll just see your dad later. So, all right. Moving on to Blood Moon Dark Offerings.
Very excited for this one.
Ooh, really?
Yes.
Explain it.
Because it's
Do you
colonial
want to read
era.
it? You want to read it out?
In a colonial era village, moon worshippers witness a blood moon at their fall festival. They take it as a sign to hunt down any non-followers, including you and your Scream Squad.
Oh,
Anyway,
they said Scream Squad in
yes.
this one.
Anyway,
Aw.
I love the idea of a blood moon.
Colonial.
Of a blood
I like the
moon,
type.
like the like reds and things like that. And then also it being like colonial era village, and it sounds like kind of a cult
Yes.
type thing.
In that time period. So let me explain something. This is what I want to see. Whether, I don't know if the Universal's already stated or not. You guys might know. You guys may know. I don't. Hold on. One second. I saw some and I lost it. Okay, boom. There we go. So what I would love to see is for Universal and Horror Nights to be very innovative with their lighting and coloring in this house. I honestly want it to be exactly what this picture looks like. Black and red. I would love to see when you walk in the house for it to be just normal. It looks like a colonial, little town, whatever you're in, right? And as you go through it, there's the blood moon. And it'd be cool if they project this moon onto, like, if it's on a soundstage, I don't know where it's going to be. Let's just say if it's on a soundstage because it's easier to do it. And they have it on the wall of the soundstage, and the moon is dripping in blood, right? And as you're getting closer to it, the colonial village itself is losing its color. It's becoming dark. It's just blacks, shadows, but then it's every light that you have is red. So all you see, all the villagers, all the cult, whatever it is just red and blacks. And it's just this darkness where your eyes can't see the light itself. And like, it's the blood moon and all. I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Probably won't happen. Cool. Anyways, I'm interested to see this. It's an original, so I don't know really until we get into it.
I do think this was kind of what we were initially expecting when we thought we were getting a witch house last year. We were like, oh, it'll be like, we were really hoping for it to be like Salem type of witches, like set in that, that setting. And obviously that's not what we got. So I'm excited to see this, because this is what I was hoping for.
This is, the time period we really wanted it to be. So we're excited. I want to see how this goes. I think this would be cool. I know somebody said they definitely hired the wrong Brian Robinson. No, they got the right guy. Trust me. I would only cost Universal money and time.
A lot of money.
A lot of money. But I would really love to see that. I would really love to see if Universal can pull off. And one way of doing so, you can use black lighting with with a white t-shirt. You get a black light with a white t-shirt really pressed up on it, and you use it on a red surface and stuff. That creates almost like a negative light, like a negative color in a sense to the eyes. So if you can do something and work something out like that, I think that'd be so cool. Where as the attendees of the house and stuff, you're walking through the light, the color itself is being drained away. The blood on the moon is dripping and being sucked down. And it's this really dark, just atmosphere of a house where you're like, I can't see nothing but just darkness. And I'm not talking about darkness and shadow, but like the evil itself.
Oh.
Oh.
I like what Tom and Nikki said about like the summoning of demons. So maybe we'll get like actual demons.
Yeah, some Lovecraftian stuff going on.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that. I just thought of kind of like the cultists, but actually having like the demons that are being
actual things
summoned.
Yeah, and it looks like on this person they got the Jedi symbol.
I thought it was a smiley face.
Oh, it is a smiley face. Yes, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll say that it's a smiley face. So moving on, we have get your tickets to Terror. You get the
houses.
Yeah, hold up. Did we 2, 4, 6, 8?
I guess
10?
that's all of them.
Ooh.
Okay, so now I get to talk about
this
Oddfellow.
guy, Dr. Facilier, right?
Why does he look like Dr. Facilier?
Come on, what are we doing? Like,
and when you listen to the podcast, there's a part where like his character is talking.
Which, by the way, this is the only podcast we actually listened to was about him. And we're going to dive into that in a second, but go ahead.
And there's a part where he's like talking and he sounds like Dr. Facilier.
Yeah.
Like I was expecting him to start singing like, I forget the song name.
Friends on the Other Side?
Yeah. Why?
Yes.
Does anybody? Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay, everybody else thought so too.
Scarezones and houses.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, I'm not. Let me put it this way: like, I'm excited that we get to see Dr. Oddfellow. I wonder if we're going to physically see him as a character, but I really prefer to not have him a physically seen character. I want him to be more of this like elusive figure that you only hear about. You only see the destruction that he causes, the people that follow him, his disciples, minions, things like that. But to physically see him makes him, to me, in a sense, and we're going to get here after we talk about the scare zones, because the scare zones tie into all of this when we get into the podcast. But it just, I don't know. If I can physically see him, then I'm like, okay, I can see him. But if it's more of this legend type thing where you can't physically see him, but you just know like this guy like causes a lot of chaos. And look at all of this negative stuff, this evil stuff happening for this guy, but I don't see this guy. I've never seen him. Your imagination starts playing where like, what is this guy? Like, is he human? What can he be? So I'm a little bummed the fact that we actually can see him. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited for Dr. Oddfellow and him being like this main focus for this year's event, and it's sort of a theming? Obviously, hey, spam the chat 1 if you guys are all for Dr. Oddfellow. Spam 2 if you guys just don't care about Horror Nights. I want to see some 1s in the chat.
It definitely seems like he might be like, I don't know about an icon because they're not announcing him as an icon, but like it definitely seems like he is the like heavy focus for this year because all of the scare zones have to do with him.
Yeah. So he's going to be a big part of what we talk about in August. Get ready for that. So we're getting a lot of 1s in, by the way. I don't think we have a single 2 yet. Good.
And a few people were saying they expected him to be like a clown, like look like a clown. But I always pictured him as like a ringmaster.
Yeah, like a true ringmaster. And that's what he was, right? When he hired Jack, he was the ringmaster. Now, when you look at this photo of Dr. Oddfellow, almost a Dr. Facilier, right?
That's what I thought too, Captain Spaulding.
Yeah. When you look at him, right, that's not what I was thinking of. And he's got these like his teeth and this thing and all. I'm like, what? That looks weird. The podcast explains it pretty darn good. And it's like, oh. Like, it's like, what? I would have never expected this. But I really thought this was going to be like a just normal looking old type of man that's just like something's off by this guy and mysterious. And it's because he looks normal, like human like in a sense, right? He looks so normal that you wouldn't expect this very evil and dark side, but you don't get a good vibe from this guy. Obviously, with what they have on here, like this little photo of him, I look at this guy, I'm like, yeah, this guy ain't good. Like straight up, like I'm good, you know. So I was hoping they would have had something that's more luring in a sense that looks normal, but there's something just off, you know, just a little off. So it's one of those where you're still like keeping your eye on this guy. This guy, I see this guy walking down the street. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm just gonna go.
I mean, maybe that's his like that form, but not like his other forms. Because it sounds like, you know, he's not human. He's also not.
We'll get into that in the podcast part.
Are we not talking about the podcast?
No, we are. But let's get into the scare zones.
Okay.
We'll dive into the scare zones, and then that's going to lead us into the podcast because it's a big deal. We need to talk about this with you guys without trying to.
We need to talk to you guys.
We have to because we're sitting in the garage. It's 90 degrees. I am sweating. Computer's already dead. More lights are going to be on the way.
Go.
And this is our job to look at you and say stuff. By the way, you're just a camera lens. We're not looking at anybody. We're talking out loud. People are walking the hallway going, what is that? This guy's over here like, the moon is bleeding. The Yetis are getting you.
The people who live over here probably love us.
Nobody here loves us. Except for these random names that we see on a screen just scrolling up.
Okay. All
right. We're moving on. So there's the houses. Let's get back into the scare zones. I'm going to go back to the homepage of the Universal Orlando Resort website, not the Halloween Horror Nights website, because Lord knows, can't have that. So 5 sinister scare zones. Let's get details, because why not? There's Brian. There's Steph. Brian. All right. So, 10 Yeah, we know. Get it. Thank you. Moving on to the scare zones. So here's the scare zones. We have the Dr. Oddfellows collection of horror. So expect to see Hondo in the street featured. Let's read the description. Why not? I mean, because we got plenty of time to kill. Dr. Oddfellow will lure you into Halloween Horror Nights with the promise of immortality. As he lifts the veil on all the horrors to come, you'll soon realize you may not even survive the night. He's a liar. So we'll get along pretty damn well. Dr. Oddfellows collection of horror. This is going to be the scare zone when you walk in. That's going to be the first one. It's going to be a different layout than usual. It's going to be in that just very entrance part. It's not going to be down the street where Minions Land is. Minions Land,
which I'm interested to see how they do that.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I want to see that. We're open to it.
I did think that last year the area like in front of the Hello Kitty store, which is not the Hello Kitty store anymore, but that area kind of seemed empty because they didn't have the Shrek house.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
So maybe this will kind of help fill that up.
Kind of flow it and have it, because you know how that street goes, right? It's a wraparound kind of thing, you know, like yes.
Ooh, Sal made a good point. Dr. Oddfellow's collection of horror. So is he the collector?
Pin that and hold it until mid-August, sir. Hold that.
That's cool.
So yes, we're getting there. We're getting there.
No, Chris, we haven't talked about it yet.
Not yet. We'll talk about it. Not yet.
You just listen.
Just listen a couple more hours. I'll get to what it will be, and then the battery will die, and you won't get to hear it. So, but anyways, I'm excited for the layout because it seems like the way they're setting this up with that little stage in front of that universe store, whatever it's called.
Universe.
Universe.
Yeah.
The universe is you. What is it? How that goes? The universe and you.
Yeah.
And Men in Black. The universe and you. But the way it is, it's like if you take the left path, that leads you that way into Horror Nights with that scare zone. If you take the right path, it leads you into another scare zone and that way into, Horror Nights and stuff. So I'm excited that they have it like that versus just being straight. It's that path. You get to choose your fate kind of thing. I think that's really neat. And moving on to the next one. This one. Vamp 69, right? I love Vamps. But I think this one is the one I'm looking forward to the most. Dark Zodiac. I'm so excited for this. Dr. Oddfellow has entered a dark dimension to harness the power of the Zodiac and live forever. And this is actually a very big, like, all of this is HHN lore. This is big time HHN lore, guys. The Scarezones all have to deal with the lore of HHN and the backstory for certain things that we're going to really get into in the next couple years, like we've been telling you since we started the YouTube channel. We're in a phase, and we're going to explain that phase come August. Dark Zodiac right here. He twists the signs into malevolent beings who foretell your doom. As his star rises, your falls.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 embarrassing moments for me today. The next one, we have Jungle of Doom Expedition Horror. Like Expedition Horror, like
Expedition Everest.
there's your Disney reference, Chris. Enjoy. So, in the 1920s, Dr. Oddfellow ventured deep into the darkest jungle, performing horrific experiments on nature. How dare you, sir? Now, his monstrous creations are running amok and are coming after you. I'm interested to see what these creations are like, you know, in the jungle.
Yeah,
especially
do we think
with
it's
nature.
gonna be like animals or like plants?
See,
Or
that's the
both.
thing. It says nature, so it could be both things.
Yeah.
Big old Venus flytrap coming from the trees in Central Park, trying to latch at people, and you keep seeing them coming down. That would be cool.
As long as it sings and says, "Feed me, Seymour."
You just spoiled everything to people now. The whole lore of HHN.
That's it.
Feed me, Seymour.
It's Audrey 2
Audrey too.
is Dr. Facil or Dr. Oddfellow.
We're gonna accidentally call this guy Dr. Facilier a couple of times. Just be prepared, guys. All right. If we make the mistake, I know you don't have to spam it in chat. We know. So that one I'm actually excited for because it's in Central Park. I think it's a perfect place. But I'm really hoping that this Scare Zone fills the sides up, fills the canopy up. I want you, when you're standing in the center of that Scare Zone, to be like if you spin me around a couple of times, I'll get lost because I don't see the exit for either way. And it seems like the jungle is alive and it's growing around you. I want it to entrap you when you go in that Scare Zone.
Brian has really, really high hopes and expectations for
Everything, anything.
Yes.
Even if I go out to eat, I have high
I
expectations.
want to go
of it.
into the Central Park area of Universal and get lost. When it's literally
a 20-foot Scare Zone and I want to lose my way. Sir, help me. I can't see. Oh, wait, there's the exit. It's right here. I'm at it. Never mind. Anyways, I'm excited for Jungle Doom. I think that one could be cool. I think it's a different aesthetic that I'm excited to see.
Yes.
What about you? I know I've been talking for.
I'm excited for that one. We'll see.
We'll see.
This is the one I'm most excited for.
Shipyard 32, horrors on. All right, so Vamp 69, Summer of Blood, right? This is happening in New York, right? This is the biggest Scare Zone that we have this year. Also, hey, shout out, 211 people watching us, guys. You guys really have nothing better to do? Sit here and watch us in your brand new house on the brand new couch next to the other couple's parents. Do you think they get that reference?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. Anyways.
Oh, someone said giant spiders in the jungle. No,
yes.
thank you.
Yes. Get the ones from the Forbidden Journey ride. Just literally cut that wall out and put it on the side of Central Park where you have to walk by and it's dark so you don't see them and you hear the and the spitting.
I will not go through that.
That would be terrifying.
Zone, if that's the case.
Like, can we get a Scare Zone called 8-Legged Freaks and get the spiders from the ground to come up and all? That would be terrifying. All right. Back on track. Fam 69, Summer of Blood. This is happening in the streets of New York, which looks like we're getting the tribute store in New York. Woo!
Are we 100% sure?
They haven't announced it, so it's not officially confirmed, but it's looking that way. We're looking good with the tribute store in New York, which come on. Can we get some, you know, I don't know. What do you want to do? High fives? Everybody give the closest person next to you a high five for that. If we can get the tribute store in New York, that'd be great. I don't want it in Hollywood. So, anyways, Vamp 69, Summer of Blood at a 60s music fest in a small New York town in Universal Orlando. You'll jam to popular bands with fellow concert goers until Dr. Oddfellow unleashes vicious vampires on the audience. They're out for your blood. Okay.
is funny.
The podcast episode that we listened with the backstory of Oddfellow really dives into this. We'll get into the shipyard one, and then we'll go back into this and stuff. But for Vamp 69, Summer of Blood, what music are we getting? Well, because it says right here, it says to popular bands. Are we getting like legit music, like from popular bands?
I hope so.
I want to know in the chat, guys. Let's discuss this a bit. If you can have one song featured, for that Scare Zone, obviously came out in '69 or before, what song would you guys like, and why is it "Sympathy for the Devil"? I mean, it plays along with the event in a sense, like
yeah.
Or what would be another song? What would you like to see?
I mean, that would be my number one.
Like even like "There's a Battery on the Rise."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season of the Witch. I like.
Season of the Witch. Hey, we got a Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, Jimmy. We got some Beatles too. Beatles would be great.
Oh,
People Are Strange. The
That'd
Doors. Yeah. Come together.
Yeah.
That's kind of ironic because the vampires and the humans come together. It's not going to end in a good way. I like the irony. The irony to come together in such a scare zone.
Anyway.
So. Yeah. Kumbaya.
So.
Kumbaya.
This Scare Zone. Obviously, we have had Vamp 55, we had Vamp 85, and now we're having Vamp 69. And if you listen to the podcast episode, she kind of...
Are you diving into the podcast now?
A little bit, yeah. We're talking about Scare Zones.
Do we want to finish with the shipyard one and then come back and do the podcast?
No.
Okay.
You already talked about the shipyard one.
We did?
Did you?
No, I haven't talked about that.
You said it.
Real quick, let me say, Shipyard 32, Horrors Unhinged, 1940s, San Francisco. Dr. Oddfellow has some crates, and then they're escaped. The crates are on the loose, and people are missing.
Crates are on the loose?
Yep, their crates are on the loose.
The only thing I have to say about the shipyard one is it feels a little bit like...
They're keeping the dead man's thing going.
That, and I know somebody said that it's going to be like sirens, which if it is, then it's like a little bit like SeaWorld.
Yeah, like Hollow Scream, right? That's how I feel
Which
too.
I also feel that way about the Yeti Campground one.
Here's the thing that I'll say about the Shipyard one real quick, so we can get into the juicy stuff. It's the 1940s. I'm really excited for that because it gives me that King Kong type of vibe, with like that aesthetic. And I'm talking about the one that was the one that had Jack Black in it and all, not like the originals, but like that Kong, that feeling that King Kong gives me or whatever. That 1940s type of shipyard, San Francisco vibe, that's it. So I'm excited to see that, and maybe, and I don't know if anybody's thought about this, but I know we're not for rain at Halloween Horror Nights, but it's gonna rain, and I'm actually excited to go through the shipyard scare zone and the jungle scare zone. Even though there won't be any scare actors, I'm excited to walk through those scare zones with it raining. I think those are perfect atmospheres for that. And scenes and stuff like that. So that's all I would say about that. I'm looking forward to the atmosphere, but we'll see, right? So you want to jump back to juicy stuff?
So all of the scare zones kind of have to relate to Dr. Oddfellow, right? It's like different things that he was a part of. And go ahead.
Oh, real quick. Quinn with the 199 in a Yarrow says, hello, all the way from UK. Goodbye. I think that's what GB means. Oh, hello and goodbye. Thanks for joining in, Quinn. By the way, it's probably really late for you guys. Anybody out in the UK, thanks for staying up to sleep to chat. Appreciate you guys. Okay, goodbye, Quinn. Thank you. All right.
Anyway, all of the scare zones have to relate to Dr. Oddfellow in that backstory. And if you listen to the podcast episode, it's more of like a full like story, like it's a narrative rather than...
Sorry, I'm getting excited.
Rather than like Universal people talking about the house or the scare zones or whatever. And she is mentioning like the different scare zones basically and how they how they go into his whole story. However, one thing that Brian and I had talked about literally 3 days ago?
we've made mentions of this a long time ago, but we recently brought it up because it's been relevant again.
Yes.
But go
So
ahead.
Brian was saying like, oh, I wonder if like Vamp and all the Vamp houses or scare zones, so like Vamp 55, 85, and now 69, are all like tied together. If like there's a deeper lore. And full transparency, I was like, we don't need lore for everything. Like they're just vampire scare zones with like a different theme.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, maybe, but it'd be cool if they all tied together.
If they were like separate, I'm cool with that because I'm obviously it's a cool and unique idea, but I'm a big fan on like how can we make a story out of this? How can we connect things? What's the lore, right? I'm really heavy on that. So we were talking about it, and I was like, do you think they're connected? Like all the like
and I was
zones?
like, no.
Yeah, Steph was like, absolutely not. But I'm like, imagine it. What if the vamps, like there was this group of them.
No,
and,
you didn't go that
not
far
the group.
into
No,
it.
but I did mention group because then I immediately said it's like the Nightingales. You know how there's the group of the Nightingales,
you did say the Nightingales,
and how like when there's this large
get together, they all come out.
It's like the blood. You know, when there's a lot of like sacrificing going on and stuff. You know, obviously with the Nightingales, they come out because of that. So I always wonder, I was like, is the vamps like that where there's these large gatherings they show up for that, and then do the Nightingales follow, or you know, like how's that vibe, you know? So we were kind of just talking about it, and then we just left it be. But
so in the podcast, this is a little bit of a spoiler for the podcast if you don't.
Yeah, real quick, if you guys haven't heard the podcast and you don't want it spoiled, good night.
No, just like put it on mute for like a minute.
We'll both do this, and it's good. It'll be quick. Well,
mine will be quick.
We'll try to make it short. Yeah, we'll both do this, and you're good. So
anyway, so in the podcast, she talks about how Dr. Oddfellow kind of infiltrated her group, and what she means by her group is like their group of vampires, and Dr. Oddfellow like infiltrated their group and almost like pretended to be a vampire because he needs vampire blood for a like zodiac sacrifice.
Can we just talk about there's like in Horror Nights lore, there's a legit like hierarchy and groups of vampires in the world.
It's pretty cool. Anyway,
our boy Dracula.
But then she goes on to talk about like the different like vampire attacks, and she talks about the one in 55, and then she says the one in the Vampire
2007.
Yeah, she said the one in the group of
club club atmosphere one.
And she was talking about Jack when she started talking about the vampire house from 2007, but she's talking about Jack because that was like Jack's year, and how like he relates to it and how he got his powers because Dr. Oddfellow, when he killed Jack, essentially like transferred his powers to Jack. And then, yeah. Anyway, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of lore to go into it, and I like I said, I just want to say this when
sticker.
I know I haven't told you guys anything.
Did you see that?
I don't have it. Oh, by the way, Fungi Gamer, so sorry. Since Stephanie's computer died, she can't see the chat from YouTube. But
for some reason,
we're on StreamYard, so we don't actually get to see that, unfortunately. But our man Fungi Gamer, let me go ahead and I'm gonna put his comment. Don't forget my sticker chat, so everybody can see. We're not forgetting. But for 11 months, has almost been a Fright Club member for almost a full year. Coming up in next month, calling it Tribute Store theme in New York, Vampire Council from the podcast. Also, do we think this is the year they announce monsters for Epic Universe? For like coming to Epic Universe, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool to do something like that, but I'm not sure. That's good. But hey, my man, Fungi Gamer, great having you on board and stuff, and love doing the little the polls that we've been having on our Discord. Which, if you guys don't know, we have a Discord. I'm actually going to go to copy a link for you guys right now and put it in the chat for you guys to join our Discord if you guys haven't done so already.
Yeah, for any of our members, if you do the little member chat, I don't know how that works, but if you do one of those, just like spam us, letting us know that you did one because we can't see it on StreamYard.
Let us know. please. So, all right. But yeah, so there's the scare zones, right? All the scare zones are related and tell a story, but they're related from a different time period, right? So they're not like what's currently going on. You are going through horrors that have already happened. These are things in the past. And this year really is, and we're really starting to get into, and this is why I'm excited. I'm saying a whole lot of nothing right now by saying a lot of something, but this is why I'm really excited, because this theory that Steph and I have that we want to put a good video for you guys in August and stuff, and we want this to get to as many people as we can possible, because with what happened today and the announcements and with what's being talked about in the podcast and the signs and the symbols and even our Instagram series that we have right now, it's all lining up perfectly. It really is. It's getting to that point where I'm like, aha!
I will say, in the podcast, for whatever reason, she didn't mention the year 1985. A little upset about that.
But maybe he has nothing to do with 85.
Maybe not.
And the reason why I think that too is because in 1985 you had Colt pop. You had pop culture stars and celebrities like Michael Jackson and Prince. Maybe that's not actually like, it doesn't fit the story. It's just like, oh, this is like one of those, like this is just a vamp type of year. They wanted something. Do we
think that that's what we're getting for 69 though?
I don't know. Maybe. Unless it's like twists of different actual famous bands and they're not using those bands. They're just doing a play on words and kind of thing. Like, oh yeah, that's like the Jimi Hendrix type, but it's not, you know? Yeah. So I'm not too sure. That'd be interesting to see.
I definitely thought that said Stephanie Smith.
Yeah,
it kind
Stephanie Smith.
It kind of like...
Right? It's like, was that
I
me?
was like, what?
Somebody's you. But yeah, so I'm excited to see the whole scare zone lore and leading into it. By the way, real quick.
Oh, yeah.
If you muted yourself, you can now join the chat. And I'm not going to get too much into the podcast like I originally was in this. And I maybe later on, who knows? We're only an hour and a half into the live stream. We'll see. But I don't think I'm going to get into the podcast much because I kind of want to save all of that because it really has to do with some of the theories that Steph and I have in the lore in this phase that we're in with Horror Nights. And I want to save that for August for you guys because that's going to be, I kid you not, that video might be 30 minutes long, if not longer. I can guarantee you that video is going to be at least 20 minutes, but I think we can get into 30 minutes or longer for this video. I think you guys are going to like this one if we ever get to do it. If not, we'll do a live stream and we'll talk about it on a live stream or something. But I'm excited to see it. I like that they, did the whole Dr. Oddfellow thing and they're exploring that and they're showing much more to it than like they did the Pumpkin Lord where they had him just in that scare zone last year. They have him for the whole event, all scare zones, right? There's a big story to this. Some house is connected to him even, which, did we actually talk about the Oddfellow house?
Yeah, we did.
Right? Did we say the Oddfellow house, guys?
Yeah, we Oh,
I don't think we did.
The one thing, no, we did. But the one thing that we didn't talk about because we were waiting for the podcast, we were waiting to talk about the podcast, is that it seems like, at least from what I understood, it seems like this is going to be, actually, let me read it again.
The house?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we did. Here we go. Your soul is a price he's willing to pay. You won't be able to resist going inside Dr. Oddfellow's menacing menagerie of twisted oddities. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
But the price for you and your friends is steep. The cost of your souls to feed his immortal power.
Okay, yeah. So I think that in the podcast episode, they kind of...
Are we getting back in the podcast?
Yes.
Okay. Mute yourself again.
If you don't want to know. They kind of explain this or describe this scene of
You're talking about the soul thing? Or no?
The carnival.
Okay, you can do the carnival.
They explain
Don't talk about the souls.
Why?
Not yet.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's a surprise.
They describe this scene of she's going through a carnival and it's like burnt down or like destroyed. And
in the 1930s.
Yeah, and she's explaining these like different like things, oddities that she sees. And there's like a guy with like a bullhead that is like sewn onto his body, and like just all these like crazy, like creepy things. And it seems like that's what the house is going to be, and I'm really excited for that.
It's going to be in that era?
What?
Like it's going to be on his carnival one, right?
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
I'm going to pull it back up.
And it's going to still be like Zodiac related, because all of his like things are Zodiac related. But it's like all of the oddities are Zodiac related. So they talked about like a lady with like crab arms and like a scorpion person, and
which Steph's a Scorpio, so it might just be Steph. Might just be you.
I'm really excited for that. I think that's gonna be really cool. I love like the carnival setting, but then also it being like kind of like a dark.
It's not just carnival. It's like there's
like a freak
something.
show.
Yeah, it's a freak show, but there's something more to it too. It's not just we're just here. So yeah, but hey, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the lineup. I'm happy with Dr. Oddfellow being this type of icon in this story, in this elaborate thing. But can we talk about how just not happy I am with the announcement season of it? Like, this is what I'm going to say real quick. We're in July still. That means the whole month of August, we're not getting any announcements or anything. Like, that's it. You're done. August is just going to be up for you to figure out what you want to do to get hyped for the event, which is why you should subscribe and watch us, because we'll have stuff for you. But when it comes to this particular, I think we're still going to get videos in August. Last year's like announcement season, they followed these group of characters. They showed them for their proper IP that they're related with. And then right before the event, we got a big one that showed all of them together with all the IPs and the whole event and stuff like that for their own video. The question is, are we going to get that as well for this year? I would assume so. The Exorcist video that we got was really awesome. I'm not going to lie. As a standalone announcement video, I thought that was very well done from a filming perspective. The shots and like the angles they had with the lighting and stuff, and even the little, how do I say, the two scenes put together, the overlapping and all, it was really well done. I liked it. Now, it is a little off from the story they're telling. There is a little bit of a time gap in there that may be questionable. I'm not too sure about that, but it was good regardless, right? What about Dr. Oddfellow? Are we going to actually get something on him? Because I feel like with him being such a big deal this year, and it's really going to lead into the next future years of HHN and tell the stories of past years and stuff, I would be really surprised if we don't get anything about him. Especially it's talking about this legend, and even in the podcast they mentioned him being like this legend in a sense. So it might be about him. So we could still be getting a video related to him because the symbol that you see on those videos are related to him directly.
Even just like in his scare zone, that also is kind of explained in the podcast, where like he's literally like showing us like horror and like making us afraid or like experiencing fear, which then makes us want to like join him more essentially and become like,
to get over that, to be the stronger version of you, but to be, it really fuels him. Oh man, I really just want to tell him. I want to tell him everything. I mean, Hornite's told him everything. It's like, might as well we tell him too. I gotta say it. I'm gonna hold my tongue. I'm gonna wait because we got some cool we should talk about, and it's gonna come in August for you guys. I want to save that because I still think we're going to be getting videos in August. I still think we're going to be getting some build-ups and things like that from Hornites themselves. Obviously, we have some things planned out that we're going to try to do for you guys too. And if Hornites does follow along with that as well, it'll make it much better for you guys. And I think this will be a fun lead-up. I think this is where it really starts off for us. Get into Hornites every week. There's some kind of going on. I feel like we should still get more for Dr. Oddfellow. I really hope this just isn't it. because I'd be really bummed out if they don't put any other videos out there and have a connection to it.
Yeah.
Because I think this is a big deal, and I think they need to showcase that like it is a big deal versus just saying it is. I want to see it. I want to physically see that building into the event.
I do, like Elizabeth said, I do also hope that they do a Monsters video. I don't know why they wouldn't. They they did last year.
Yeah, where's our Monsters at, man? Monsters is consistently one of the best houses at the event and one of the favorited just pieces of horror.
And they consider it like an IP, so
they call it an IP.
So they should make a video for it, but
they own it, so yeah, it's an IP. It is a property. There are some rights that they have to go through and stuff like that. But the story they tell is an original, which is why I consider it to be an original, because it's something you've never experienced before. So, but yeah, so there's the scare zones. There's the houses. The last thing we really need to talk about that is on the whole announcement day. There's a couple of things, but really one of them we need to talk about. I think there's one person specifically that wants to hear it. Chris does things.
It's the food, right?
The live entertainment right here. Things to do. Yes, I got to scroll down to Nightmare Fuel Revenge Dream. So Nightmare Fuel returns for a third year in a row from HHN 30, 31 to now 32. The show that sparked your darkest dreams has reignited and let your nightmares burn out of control as the pyro and aerial performers fire you up to the beat of metal and electronica, which I'm excited. I love, like, the metal part would be really cool, but I like electronica. I want to see how that is. It's called Revenge Dream. So are they actually telling a sequel story to, you know, the dream itself? Is it something completely different? I feel like they're going to follow that same storyline. They're just going to try to tell it differently, which I'll take. I don't want the same thing. I don't want them to wake up and be like, the nightmares. Start something new. Let's see some different imagery that we can in the show and different effects and illusions. I would love to see that. And of course, they'll go out there, put a lady in a bikini, throw some fire around. That'd be really cool. And then you get some of the aerial performers. I want to see more aerial performing too. I would love to see more of that. You know, last year we got a lot of fire and stuff. I want to see more of the aerial stuff. I want to see some stunts.
I want to see more magic.
Yeah, some illusions and magics and stuff like that. But I'm interested to see this. This is a fan favorite for the past 2 years and stuff. I just think for this year we need to have a very new storyline, whether it follows in events to the past ones or it's something completely different. I think we need something like that. And I'm excited for this. I want to see how this looks. Mm-hmm. So, but there's the show. That's the only show. You got rides and attractions.
It's kind of sad.
Dining and shopping, which we're about to get to the dining and shopping.
I want more than one show.
Yeah, I agree. I wish we were getting the Lagoon show. I'm really bummed out because this would have been a good year for it. Yeah. You know, Dr. Oddfellow, the legend, all that kind of stuff. The cool. Different eras and timepieces, like we're going on a timeline through horror and stuff, you know, the evolution of it. Could be really neat. But yeah, and then dining and shopping, we got food. We'll get into that in a second. But here's the tribute store thing. Like, cloak your fear with themed merchandise online and at the event, including at the Halloween Horror Nights tribute store. So they're already just announcing, like, this is what's going to be at the tribute store versus surprising people. Cool. Like, this looks... I
like that.
Like, it looks like it's its own merch. It's not related to the event. It looks like it has its own custom feel to it, which is unique. And it's something that both... I know this is your first time seeing it, I'm assuming, right? And when I first saw this, which wasn't long ago, I was like, that's neat. I like this. This is different. I could see us wearing this on a regular night.
We don't need to be spending a bunch of money on merch. I wish the merch sucked this year. Dang it.
I wish the merch sucked this year. Yeah, I hope it doesn't. I hope it's awesome. It will be hard to resist not buying all that stuff, but...
Oh, no.
We're in this
save
together.
Up.
How?
Somehow.
How? We're going to be buying food.
We're going to be in the parking lots at Disney picking up all the change.
Going to Disney?
And Universal. All the theme parks.
You love
SeaWorld.
Disney. She's a Disney fan. So, cool. Tribute store seems like it's coming back to New York from what we're hearing in the words and stuff, which I want. I want that. I would love to have that. So.
Ryan doesn't like it. Because it's not pumpkins and...
What?
And, like, ghosts and stuff. He said he doesn't like the merch.
All right, well, Sorry, you don't get your little
'Cause
boo
it's not
stuff.
pumpkins.
Sorry. But moving on to something else. I gotta see if this is in. Oh, one thing actually we need to talk about. Surprise. Guess what, folks? We just got the announcement for what's going to be at Cabana Bay, and it's Chucky.
Knew it.
Cool.
Actually, no, I didn't. But
You can run, but you can't hide. Okay, I don't care. But
We-
this looks to be like it's really centered around the USA Sci-Fi TV series. If they have that darn photo op they had the past 20
oh my god,
years,
it's just that.
there-
It's just that. Like
It's
nothing
just that.
else.
What? What are you guys doing? That'd be sad.
It's just that in that big room.
In the one big room. You got it, and it's in the far corner. It's not even like positioned correctly to get a photo. It's just in the corner.
Here you go. That'd be. I'm sure they will decorate it, but if they do have that incorporated in some way, I'm gonna be like, no.
Yeah, get this out of here. But yeah, hey, Chucky's coming to Cabana Bay. Cool. I want to see how this comes out to be. Obviously, you have to be staying on property because you need your hotel key card. You don't have to stay at Cabana Bay to do this experience. You can stay anywhere in Universal property as long as you have a hotel key card to go and experience such.
You can do you can go to the bars for the specialty drinks without having to stay at one of the resorts, but to get into the pop-up you do.
Yes. But yeah, so Chucky's Twisted Playground. Sweet. Cool. We got something announced for Cabana Bay.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, let's go ahead. I'm going to try to find real quick one more thing that I want to talk about with you guys.
The paid media preview.
Yeah, right? I mean, that's practically what it is, right?
Like, part of me wants to do it so bad, but part of me looks at that price and is like, absolutely not.
Where?
You have to go to tickets.
I did. Tickets and more. They're lying. They took it down. They said,
No, someone in our chat, I can't remember who it was, said they already bought their tickets.
Oh, here it is, right
There
here.
it is.
So I'm gonna pull this back up on the stream for you guys to check out. So, and we're not knocking anybody down. If you want to do it, do it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I think it'd be fun.
I wish.
But new food and drink experience here. This is the Taste of Terror. Get your first bite of fright with an all-you-care-to-enjoy preview of select Halloween Horror Nights food and drinks before the event season starts. Select nights from August 10th through the 26th. It's $160 plus tax per person, and it does not include theme park entry. So you need to obviously have a ticket to get into the park.
I did, when I saw this earlier today, I did kind of gloss over the fact that it is all you care to enjoy. So, I mean, that's cool. It's with the price that it is, I would, that makes it better because it is like
They do offer like some
unlimited.
souvenir stuff and like a photo op,
alcohol
I think,
too.
and the alcohol and stuff. So like, I get it, but what I was thinking, I was sitting there and I was looking at it. If it was for like a single date, I was like, oh, maybe they'll announce something or whatever. That's not going to happen, obviously.
No.
Do we think they'll have scare actors and things like that? Probably
Be
not.
decorated.
Just like decor and stuff. I am happy to hear that it's in that Soundstage 33. So if they do media night this year, whoever gets to attend media night, I hope it's like in the Soundstage and not like the horror makeup show.
I do think it is like a really hefty price.
No, it is, and that's what I'm going to get into. If you're doing it, like, good. Like, I hope you guys enjoy this. That's what I want it to be. But it's one of those things where I mentioned this to Steph last year. I said this in a live stream last year. You guys remember when they were giving out samples of the food booths and stuff? They were seeing how popular it was, and it was very popular. And they're like, we can make some money off of this, right? And I think it was one of those where I'm thinking they're going to start finding ways to offer these things, which I like it. I'm happy with them offering new things for people to try out. If this was $20 to $50, yeah, I could see me and Steph signing up to do something like this. $160 per person with us already dropping, $1,500 for, our frequent fear passes with Express, and then we're also traveling to Hollywood.
How much was Character dining when they did
I
that?
think it was like $50, $60 per person.
See, like that's how much it should be.
Yeah, I agree.
Like an extra
I think
100?
they're paying, like they're making it that because it's like, oh, it's before everybody kind of thing, right? So it's like it's a hard ticket item you got to get kind of thing. And what I'm worried about is that they sell out of such tickets where they're like, we need to keep bringing this back.
Yeah.
We need to charge more for it. You know, this was successful. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. If it looks where not a lot of people are buying it, they may be like, maybe we bring the price down, or maybe we just don't do this at all.
I just feel like personally, we're not typically the type to try everything at HHN. We might try we will try things that sound good. You say that, but then we go there and we look at a booth and you're like, no, that doesn't look good. And then we go to the next booth and you're like, no, that doesn't look good.
It's because I try not to tell Steph I want it to make her feel bad.
Anyway, so when we go to HHN, we'll get like one thing for the night. Like, because we go so much. But we typically don't try everything for the year. So I feel like, at least for me, I am probably not going to spend $170 trying all the different food
for the entire event.
Throughout the whole event.
Entire event. Like you and I combined.
And if there is like, ends up being like one or two things that we really like, we'll maybe buy that like once a week.
Some other night.
But we just, it's just so expensive. Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you can do it. By all means, go for it. Like, I'm interested to see what people are going to say about it, but like, we don't have the money right now to be doing something like that. We just got the house, so we're like, oh no, Horror Nights, why? Yeah. So we'll be watching and seeing what some of the other people, and I know obviously there's going to be people vlogging and other content creators that's going to go check it out. So we'll be watching, and then maybe we'll do
see what the food looks like.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a video and like a live stream or whatever, kind of reviewing some of that stuff and seeing how it goes. But it just, for 160, I'm like, man, I really hope the money value is actually presented in this thing for whoever goes to it. I don't want them to come out and be like, that was not worth $160. Yeah. I want them to come out and be like, y'all, like, this was way better than you guys think this was. That's what I'm hoping to hear.
I 100% agree with Jay. I think the only people who will do that is content creators. And I think, unfortunately...
I think it was geared to content creators.
I think, unfortunately, it will be... The first night will be sold out. It'll all be content creators. And then the other nights probably won't be very busy. Yeah. That's just my... Like, that's what I'm predicting.
I agree with you.
Because everybody wants to be the first to show, you know, what it is.
I mean, if it was a reasonable price, if it was like $50 per person, me and Steph would buy that. Me and Steph would buy that. We would go and attend on what day? The first day they do it. Yeah.
But I'm interested to see if they sell those nights out or how it goes. I think a lot of people will do it the first night. They'll be like, yes, people like this. And then like, it'll just keep happening. If you're coming down for a trip once the event starts, you're not going to be able to attend that, right? Like, even if you wanted to, you're not going to be in town for it because it's before the event starts. So it's going to be for locals. Mm-hmm. And most locals are just going to be like, we'll just wait until the event starts and then pay the normal price for whatever we actually want to get.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So I just think it's one of those where it's based on financial, you know, your financial situation and status. Sure. Like, if you can do it, go for it. If you can't, then we'll just wait and hear how it goes, because when the event starts, it'll be cheaper. Obviously, because you can buy the foods you really want.
Yeah, unless you get absolutely everything and multiple of absolutely everything, then it might be more expensive than that. You could probably like make up your, like, you could get your money's worth if you wanted to. You might be really full, but you could definitely get your money's worth, even if it's just in the alcohol.
Right. Also, I got to bring this up too. Our man Two-Face has been a member for 11 months, also saying, don't forget the Phantom himself will be hosting a deep dive about the Monsters House tomorrow night on Discord. Yeah, so if you guys don't already know, I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to get another link for the Discord. We have a Discord, surprise. I said it, a lot, right? But if you guys are just joining us, I am going to drop down our Discord link. If you guys want to join the Discord there, we go ahead and after this live stream, we will be hosting a after party for the live. I keep saying the after stream live party. It's the live stream after party that we're going to be hosting after the live stream. That's what it is. So we'll be hosting that, and then tomorrow night around 8:30, I believe. We're also going to be doing a deep dive over on Discord talking about the Phantom of the Opera. We have something really cool, and our man Two-Face got some set up for you guys there. And then on Sunday, we'll be continuing our watch party for Stranger Things around 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be kicking off, I think, episode 4. I think we're going to be getting into episode 4 in Sunday. So we got a lot of going on in Discord and stuff. So make sure you guys follow us over there on Discord. And then Legion of Doom with the 10 saying, okay, now can you tell us what the October 1991 sign behind you means now? LOL. No. LOL. No, I'm not. If you guys listen to that podcast, that's actually going to lead you in that direction. Let's just say it's Stephanie and I. We're at the top of the mountain. We're waiting for you guys to join us until we go barreling down the mountain because we're wrong. But that leads to that. So that's all I can say. I unfortunately cannot reveal such secrets for you guys.
Yeah, I do agree that it's kind of random. Like I was saying,
The
like
1991.
You know what they should have done? Instead of this...
It's a Steph idea. Let's listen.
Instead of this, like, oh, you get to try the food early, which, like, it's just, like, for content creators. Because that was also the like, main people that, like, ran out to the park to try the food early last year when they had the little soft opens. But what they really should do, so that people who are coming for, for the event with a planned trip that's during the event can do this, is do like the little punch thingies like they do for like Mardi Gras and stuff like that, have it be at a discount, but then like kind of like the way that they do it for Food and Wine.
Did you see that?
What? Is it the Beetle?
No, I'm tripping. The light just lit up. The floor lit up in light. I'm sorry, keep going.
Are you okay?
It's me. It's not you, it's me.
See, when we get stressed, I cry and Brian sees things.
I hallucinates.
I
I also die. All right, continue with your.
Anyway, they should have done a. They should have done like a tasting lanyard, and maybe have that be really expensive, but you get like unlimited amounts or something like that. You know
yeah,
what
I mean, I'd love that. Like.
Oh, someone said the lightsaber lit up for a second, which is weird.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, did the lightsaber really lit up? Which one?
Lightsaber flashed.
Which one flashed?
Do these even have?
Hold on. Don't touch it. Is this the haunted thing?
No,
hold on.
I'm seeing if those have flash on Clash.
Which lightsaber? The green lightsaber? Okay, do you want to test it out? Like hit it?
Like that?
That's the only way it lights up. Is that what you guys mean? You probably blocked your view. Try to get one more time from this side. Like that? Are we getting to the haunted part of the live stream?
Ghost confirmed every time.
Say, Southwards, we did not plan that. This is not planned. The only way for that lightsaber to actually flash if something hits it hard or if you click the button to make it flash. It was Yoda. It was the green saber. Yoda's here.
Yeah, it went brighter. Yeah, that's what it did. Ghost literally came up and was like,
What were you talking about? The lanyard thing? They're like, yes!
Yeah.
Yes! Yes!
Yes, we want a lanyard.
Yes! Or it's like a interstellar moment and it's you and the other going, no!
Oh my god.
No!
You got Ryan to believe in ghosts.
Brian, you were right this whole time. I know. Thanks for just letting me know that I am. Also, what happened in the music? Is the music going or no? Oh, the music is.
I don't know why our headphones stopped working.
That was a big ass beetle. The beetle. Poof.
Yeah,
the beetle might be dead if it hit it that hard.
Because even if it's just like...
You're blocking it. Yeah, how hard can you hit it? Yeah, I mean, that's got to be a big beetle. The big beetle.
The big beetle.
Coming to HHN 33, the big beetle. I guess I'm not hallucinating. So,
Nice.
when I get stressed, I see light that actually lights up, and you miss it. You're
Okay.
too slow.
I am.
So, yeah, I guess either the ghost was like, yes, or it was Steph and I on the other side of the time realm in the
Or
black
maybe
hole,
it's-
like Interstellar, of us going, no.
Maybe it's the people who live here, but they're like, stop. Shut up.
I don't care for HHN. I like the idea of it's you and me going, like, we're talking about this lanyard idea. We're on the other side in the future going, no, God, please. Because we spent hundreds of dollars on this lanyard.
Ugh.
So,
Anyway, I think
All
a
right.
tasting lanyard is a much better idea than this little like event.
why did that do that?
But we'll see. Maybe like everybody will do it and then be like, that was the coolest thing we've ever done, and it was so worth it. And then we'll see.
Yeah,
But
I think the food idea.
I
running
will
lanyard-
say that the first thing that I thought of is when we did media night last year or whatever, media preview, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a preview because it's the opening
It was
night.
only opening night.
But when we did that and they had like the food samples, right? Like a lot of the things that we got, we didn't care for, and then we got later in the event
It was
and
better.
they were much better because
Much better.
they had been sitting out for a little while. They were like portions,
True portion. Yeah, true
sizes.
portion.
So like it was just like a little bite, and then it got cold, and so that was the first thing that came to my mind. Like I would rather try a full portion and pay like $7 for it than
Exactly.
like get little bite-sized portions
For
and have like a
$160
limited
and then
amount.
maybe eat $30-$40 worth, be full, and then get your little souvenir mug with your alcoholic drink.
that you'll
End up
which
accidentally washing in the washing machine and blowing all the batteries out and destroying your washing machine.
Yeah.
For $160, you can do that, folks.
Anyway.
Anyways, so yeah, so that's their little.
Jeez.
Oh, you beat me. Anyway, so that's the little food offering thing and stuff. We're not going to do it this year. If they do it next year, maybe they bring the price down. Maybe we'll talk about it, or maybe we hit the lottery and we either continue doing this and we'll do it. If not, we'll be on an island. You guys will never hear from us again. So, but with that being said, that is the full announcement that we got today, the lineup and stuff like that. We got the rest of the houses for the event, which was 7 of them, so 70% of the event for houses. All 5 scare zones, which is being led by Dr. Oddfellow, and getting to see that, which the construction of the park is ramping up big time, guys. There's a lot going on inside of it. Unfortunately, we haven't had the time because we've been dealing with moving the house and stuff like that. But soon enough, we'll be done with that whole moving process. We'll actually be able to get to go to the park and do another construction video for you guys, because a lot of you guys enjoyed that, so we'll try to do more of that for you guys and stuff. And then we got the show. We got some food stuff and all, which is really neat. And yeah, I mean, it's getting here, guys. We are literally just a month away. 35 days, I think they said, for Horror Nights. The date, September 1st for it to start.
Oh,
So I'm really happy to see it.
we got Slim Jim in the chat.
And then Slim Jim sliding on in here right at the end with a 50, saying we need to buy an island and turn it into a haunted event. And we're going to call it Spooky Island. And it's going to be the Scooby-Doo one and all that stuff. Right?
I like it. Yeah.
And then we can have tours come on over. We can have it's a whole resort. It's all year Halloween. Jim, just let us know.
I want to be like the guy that that like welcomes them, the bad guy that welcomes them.
You want to be the bad guy,
Spoiler alert.
the little dog.
No. Well, yeah.
That's you. You want to
Yeah.
be the little dog.
But he welcomes them.
Puppy power.
He welcomes them onto the island in that costume.
Yeah.
thing. That's gonna be me.
Yeah, there you go. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And I just want to eat the food there. So maybe if we all got together and we went somewhere out in sea and built enough sand and built our own island and made a resort and we called it Spooky Island, we
I
can put this
also
together.
really want that ride, like the ride
Yeah,
that
the
they
little haunted
they go
house
on.
ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be real
Cool.
cool. But Mr. Jim Daniels back in the chat. Great to have you, my man. Good as always seeing you here at the 2-hour mark with a big old 50. That's a lot of money. Thank you, though. Thank you. Thank you. So, and he said load it with haunted relics. Yeah, some of the stuff that he's probably gotten from past houses and stuff could be
Yeah.
really cool. Except we don't want this island to be like
Haunted.
truly like I don't know. Maybe some people want it to be. I'm good. I'll be on the non-haunted side, the kids section of the park.
The kids section.
I'll be on the kids
little
side.
Kiddie ride.
Yeah, on the little kiddie ride. You can be on the adult side. That's fine with me. So, but with that being said, I know some people are saying they're just joining. If you're just joining, we talked about everything, the whole announcement. Horror Nights just completely unloaded it because they had nothing else better to do, and they realized they have an event coming this way, and they were like, oh crap, we need to announce something. But at 2 hours, we talked about the 7 houses coming to the event that was just announced for the 10 house total, 5 scare zones, the show, the food, things like that going on. Guys, 1 month away. Are you guys excited? Like, are you guys really excited with this lineup? I want to know. And we're going to be doing a hype list coming up in August. We have our big theory video that's going over future years of HHN, what this year could possibly mean, why we're getting in the announcements the way they were getting, and what character are we still missing from the big picture that I don't think people have been talking about. That's also going to explain the past, the present, and the future. And it's not Hondo. It's not Hondo. I can promise you that. So,
yeah, very excited for this year.
yeah, I think this is going to be cool. I'm excited for this year once it starts, but I think that is the plague of what HHN 32 will always be known as is, well, once the event gets started, we're all going to be like, yes. But the announcement season was a big bust, and it really sucks, really hurt, because I personally think that they had something big that they were sitting on for this year that they missed yet again, and that's just the unfortunate news. So, but I think with that being said, I think we're going to start to wrap it up because it is hot here. I am sweating so bad.
Yes.
And we also need to get to the house and finish packing, guys.
Yep.
We got a lot to go. Because of
unpacking.
And I know our friends out in Hollywood, they got some of these shared IPs. I think this Sunday for Midsummer Scream, you guys should begin some with John Murdy talking about maybe an announcement, maybe some originals that you guys are going to get out there. So excited to see what you guys have. We'll be following along. I don't know if we're going to create anything video-wise off of it. We'll try to do another live stream next week and continue it going. But
I have to see.
We don't know yet because we have to move all of this. If you guys remember, I know if you guys haven't joined the Fright Club, if you're not a part of the Fright Club, we might do a video for our Fright Club members only, which I'll actually, right now, I'm going to do... Hold on, one second.
My neck hurts from looking to the right to look at your computer.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So, you forgive me?
No.
It's your fault. You did this to yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a link for all of you guys to check that out. If you guys are interested in joining the Fright Club, the link is now in the chat for all of you guys. So join the Fright Club. But we're going to be possibly making a video tomorrow for you guys. It may not be posted tomorrow. We're going to try to film it when we go ahead and pack up the entire studio and move it over. And hopefully this week we can have it all squared away, set up, and ready to go to make more content for you guys in the new house, the new studio, which it's not going to be fully done because we have a vision for the studio. It's going to be work in progress, but next year we're going to have something really interesting and really unique for all of you guys to get to experience for next year's season.
Go to the YouTube.
Go to the YouTube.
I think we missed.
Go to the YouTube. I'm here. I'm at the YouTube, I think. Nope, maybe not. Maybe. Nope.
You have to go to manage videos.
Oh, sorry. Thanks. See, Steph knows more than I do. Give us an hour.
Viewer activity.
Oh, thank you. Boom.
There you go.
Ah, look at that. And then our good man, Slim Jim, gifting 10 memberships for the Fright Club.
New members.
So, welcome new members for all of you guys. Give a shout out to our man, Jim Daniels, if you guys got in. If you got in. Did you get in? So, look at that, new members. Let's see who all got lucky. All right, let's give them a shout out. So, Mish Weinstein, which I know she's been following us on Instagram for a while. So, Mish got it. Audrey, Sandy Ben, Chris McFarland, Fearful K-Dog, Hufflepuff, Tati, Marcus, Richard, and Corey Hatmaker. Congrats to all of you guys for joining in the Fright Club. And give a big shout out to our man, Slim Jim. And then guess what? Slim Jim's just like, I'm not done. Here you guys go for our man with the 20 for Hondo. Fun. So Slim, hey Slim Jim. We're cutting you off tonight, but hey, thank you again. As always, it's great having you on board.
Hondo, thanks.
Appreciate it. Hondo loves you. not just thinks you, loves you. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to be wrapping up the live stream here. Honestly, if we went 32 minutes more, we would have broke the record. But we're going to save that for another day for you guys. We got some fun things planned out for you guys. So, and also Jake Tussin just last second decided, hey, don't forget about me. Jake Tussin, welcome aboard the Fright Club, my man. Great having you on board as well. So, all of you guys, that's going to be wrapping it up for tonight. We literally had at one point over 200 plus people watching us at one point. We still have 100, and as it's going down now, everyone's like, goodbye.
Yeah, we're like 100.
5 people left. Mom and Dad, how's it going? 157 people still with us right now. I just want to say this real quick. This has nothing to do with Fortnite's related. A big thank you to you guys. Big thank you for the support and stuff. And, we have some close friends that we've gained through doing this and having this community. And even on the Discord, being able to see you guys talk and stuff, it means a lot to me. And if you guys haven't seen that hideous video that we made for the first time ever on YouTube, it's still up for some reason. One of the things that I stated was I really wanted to connect with you guys. Like, I wanted to find a place in a community where we can talk openly, because Steph and I, we're always just to ourselves. We kind of do our own thing. So having a place where we can come on here and socially talk with you guys about something that we love and something that brought us together that we'll always cherish and stuff, it means a lot to us. So I truly do appreciate it, and I love seeing all the support and be able to see you guys being able to support each other. It's not even just to our channel, but it's to just you guys in general being friends in this community. This community it's incredible, and we even have some let me do it. Let me get my sappiness out. But we even have some people who are in our Discord who follow us who are also content creators as well themselves, and we try to give them a little channel too to uplift their channel and stuff like that, so they can go ahead and show it to any of our viewers and stuff. And we love to see the camaraderie of this community. It's great. We love Horror Nights. We love the Halloween season. With our house right now and stuff, it's been hellish. I'm not gonna lie. Steph's been going through a lot with it, and I know in the beginning of the live stream we had a little hiccup and stuff, but it's live. Like, we're not fake people. We're not going to put on a smiley face and do this. Like, what you guys see is what you guys get with us. And, we're just down to earth people and stuff. We love to do things for Horror Nights and Halloween, and getting this house was a struggle, but we got it. We're getting through the end. And now as we're moving in, we're decorating with Halloween stuff. Like, we're putting Halloween stuff up and stuff. And, it's exciting. We're excited to see where this takes us, whether we continue YouTube or not, depending on what we have with the future and stuff. To be able to sit in this moment to look at it and say, hey, I'm happy with where we're at, and being able to have this community and talk about Horror Nights, it means a lot to me. So whether we do this for just one more year, or this is the next thing we do for 100 years and stuff.
100 years.
1,000 years.
We're going to be old.
Maybe we get that mortality thing Dr. Oddfellow's got, so who knows. But no matter how long we do this, I'm always going to look back at this point in our life and be like, that was kind of cool. Like, we sat in a dang hot garage and talked to a camera lens, and weird stuff started happening.
Yeah.
So, but it means a lot. You guys are incredible. We truly appreciate you guys all spending the time here to come talk to us on this Friday evening for something big that we got today. This huge announcement with Horror Nights, which, darn, why Horror Nights? Why? I'll take it, but don't do this again. Please. I know where you live. Come find you. But I think that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. We got to get the Bobo, the little baby, take him out and take him to the new house so he can run around and have all those zoomies and stuff. So, is there anything else we need to say?
No.
Is that it? Steph's like, let's go. I got to go to the bathroom. I think you guys, we've been here for a while. So, with that being said, folks, we'll try to keep you updated on when that next video will be, when we finally get settled and stuff. But until then, can't wait to see you guys there. And like always, we'll catch you guys in the fog. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.